What's up, guys? Today little video on this Donnyfl muzzle brake. So this is a Benjamin Armada, and I was talking to PJ last week. Told me that I needed an adapter and then the quick disconnect. You don't need this part, so all the parts that you're going to need will be linked in the description if you want to do this. Personally, I think the Armada, you know, it just didn't look tactical without that muzzle brake. I didn't want another, you know, silencer suppressor because this already has the baffle tubes in it. And I figured the muzzle brake, air stripper, whatever you want to call it, you know, might give some more accuracy. You got to take the original end cap that screws on. This is 13/16 in diameter. I forget the treads per inch. You take this part out. This is the part that holds the baffles in, and then you screw the adapter on here, which reduces down to a 1/2 by 20 threads per inch. And then this is the extra part that I bought, which is the quick disconnect that you don't need. This comes with the muzzle brake itself. The other thing that comes with the muzzle brake itself is these cones, and you can see I already installed them. You hopefully can see that I got the 17722 in there. So you put one in here. It's big enough to get your fingers in, start it, and then they give you this little tool here, and all you do is take this, slide it in, snug that, and then you put the end one over here, and that goes like such, and you snug that. This part comes with the adapter. It's 1/2 by 20, and it screws on, and that just sits as an end piece, and it will basically look as the original did itself. So looking over here, we have the kit. This also comes with the air brake or muzzle brake, and it comes with 6 cones, 2 identical to the next. So I got the 177 by 22, comes with 22 by 25, 25 by 30. The other thing PJ said is, you know, go ahead and, you know, try different calibers in the muzzle brake itself and see what works. He also said to take a baffle out, remove a baffle, but you'll have to get another spring, and he said change it up, you know, might, you know, do a little better. Now Izzy, on the other hand, when I spoke to him, he said the same thing as PJ did. It's not going to make the gun shoot worse. However, he doesn't think it's going to give much of a difference. He asked me to reach back out to him after I try it out, see how it works. Today's a windy day. We got a real strong south wind. The other thing the muzzle brake comes with is the Allen key and a set screw, and that set screw, it goes in there. And I'm not sure if I did say this, it has 3 slots in it. Okay, so if we take a look at this and just rotate it, that muzzle brake only fits on one way, so it is timed. And then if you feel the need, you can take that set screw, put it in there, and then snug it down on the threads of the adapter. But I didn't do that. I don't feel the need to do that. I just tightened it up snug. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. So let's see how this works. We're set up downrange. I don't think today's going to be a good day, but I got to try it out. All right, so what I did is I took it off because I don't know if this camera is going to reach down there. Doesn't have enough zoom, but we'll take a walk down and look. I took like 4 shots, and it's not hitting exactly where I wanted it to hit, and it could be because of the wind, because we got a lot of wind today. So we'll try it without it. And just to give you a look at what the brake looks like, that's what it looks like. Since I took it off, I figured I'd include it, and also I'll include this here. So hopefully the camera can see those little slots, but you kind of see it won't fit that way, and it will fit that way, and if we turn it once more, it won't fit that way. So it only goes on one way, and I did try to hold that knurl, and just backed this off, and it did not work. So you don't need a set screw on here. You know, when you're snugging this to this adapter, that's more than enough. Just make sure you don't over tighten your tube. All right, so just gonna take a shot or two without it to give you the sound. But again, you know, you can't rely on sound because, you know, each environment is different. It definitely more accurate without the muzzle brake. That time it hit exactly where I was aiming. Not quite bull, but you know, it hit within the 2-inch. And again, I'm using some Gamma wad cutters, and these pellets suck. Whatever you do, don't buy them. Amazon had a special on them for $4.99, and I'm sorry I bought them. All right, so we got the muzzle brake back on, and I might try to change the cones out and see if that does anything. So we've been shooting top left. I think it's the pellets, to be honest with you, in the wind. It's just a bad day to test this, but I gotta bug up my ass to do it, so we're doing it. Alright, so these are the pellets I'm using, and I'm serious, stay away from them, because see what they're doing? You put them in, the skirts are not falling into the magazine. You gotta push with like a toothpick or something to get them in. I emailed Gammo, and they were gonna send me 2 tins of 250. I said, I got 8 cans of 500. Can't you know, do that? They said, well, without sending them back. So I asked them, I said, well, will you pay for shipping? Because it's out of Amazon return policy. And I just got to these, but these are freaking junk. Stay away from them. All right, so you can see where they've been hitting. This one and this one, you could see here, even the paper tore. But when I took the brake off, this is where the first one hit. This was where the second one hit. The very first time I shot with the brake, I was aiming here, and it hit here. And then they start grouping here. But again, you could see where the wind is blowing. We got a real strong south wind. We'll take a look inside here too and see how that rubber backing did. All right, so we're gonna shoot top right. I'll take 2 shots with the 177 22 cones, and then I'll switch it over to the 22 and the 25 and see if that, you know, makes a difference. So we're at least an inch low. Windage wasn't too bad on that one. Same spot. So to take this apart, and I'm just gonna take the tool. Cone comes out, and I don't see any clipping or anything, so that's good, but we're gonna switch that out. To get this second one out, like I said, all you do is put that in there. There it comes out, and then you can reach your fingers in here. And then that one comes out like so. Alright, so now we got the 22 by 25 cones in, upper right corner, 2 more shots. So that brought it up, but the wind is not as strong right now either, so take a second one. Yeah, it definitely brought it up. So that one was to the right, but we're gonna switch out the cones to 25 to 30 caliber now. All right, so we got the 25 and 30 caliber cones installed. Same place, 2 shots. Way low, and way low again. I gotta say the 22 and 25 seem to shoot the best. So what I'm gonna do now is leave the 22 and 25 in the first stage, and then the exit stage I'm going to put the 177 and the 25 cone in. Okay, so the first stage, that's back towards the barrel of the gun. We got the 22 and 25 cal in there, and then at the very exit we got the 177 and the 22. Same spot, 2 shots. Alright, so that hit low again, and it's grouping, so we'll take a walk down and see what it looks like. Okay, so my first 2 shots were here. They were with the 177 22 cones, And then when I switched out to the 22 cones, they came up to here. And then when I switched to the 25 and 30, they were down here. And then the last two shots I took with the 22 and the 177 ended up right here. But I was aiming here. I sorted through all these pellets. These are the ones that don't fit in the magazine. Finally found 10 that do. What we'll do is take lower left with the muzzle brake, lower right without the muzzle brake. I don't got any other pellets to shoot, so it could very well be these pellets and the wind, but I've shot in this kind of wind before with other pellets, and you know, they didn't group real tight, but they weren't off this bad. So I'm gonna say it's probably the pellets, and I'm not familiar with the muzzle brake on the gun. We'll be, you know, doing a follow-up when I get some more pellets that I know, either Premiers or the Tomahawks. Well, that hit metal. 2 inches low. 2 inches low. I don't even know where that's hitting. All I know is it's not right. The wind's died down right now, and she's hitting real low, and this is with the 22-25. All right, we'll take the muzzle brake off. Okay, so muzzle brake is off. Wind picked up quite a bit, and if this isn't shooting low, then I'm gonna say it's the muzzle brake, not the pellets. I mean, not that the pellets are any good. And it's shooting low. It's gotta be the wind and the pellets. Low again, but nowhere near as low as with the muzzle brake. Tighter group too. Alright, that's 5 shots. Let's take a walk down. Alright, so this is where we were shooting with the muzzle brake. You can see I was aiming here and we were hitting down here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth one, I'm not quite sure where that hit. And then without the muzzle brake, you can see where I was hitting, and the last shot was right there. Alright, so without the target on, I wanted to see how this backstop is doing. You can see how cheap the mat is. The pellets are flying right through the mat, and the ones that hit the metal cooking sheet pan, that went right through. So I guess I'll be looking for some heavier gauge steel and some older mats, better mats.